Hello children, welcome back to our geometry class of class 9th. Today we shall start with a new chapter, chapter number 6, circle. First, let us learn the basic terms related to circle. The first one is a radius. Now children, we can see a circle drawn in the paper, on the paper. So now in the given circle, we all are familiar with the basic terms related to circle, that is center, radius, diameter and chord. Okay, so first, radius of a circle. So the radius of a circle is segment OP and segment OL. There are two radius in the circle. So one is segment OP, another one is segment OL. Okay, then next. Now, what is the radius? It is a segment joining the center of the circle, okay, and a point on the circle. So, a segment is drawn from the center towards the point on the circle. So, this is the radius. Next, the diameter of the circle. Now, diameter means it is a chord passing through the center of the circle, okay, a chord, okay, a segment passing through the center of the circle is called as the diameter. So here sec LP is the diameter. Next, center of the circle. Now center of the circle means a fixed point through which a circle has been drawn. So a circle is drawn from point O. So that is the center of the circle. So O is the center of the circle. And chord. Chord is XY. What is the chord? It is a segment joining two points of the circle, that is called as a chord. So segment XY is the chord and also segment LP is a chord. Always remember, diameter is also a chord. Okay, so the diameter is the largest chord in the circle. Next, circles in a plane. First one is congruent circles. Now what are congruent circles? Congruent circles means two circles which have same radius, equal radius, okay, OA and XY both are congruent radius because they are, both are congruent circle because the radius is also same, okay. So that is why they have shown you the identical marks. That means segment OA and segment XY both are congruent, that is both are same radius of the circle. So that is why they are called as congruent circle. Next, concentric circle. Now, what do you mean by concentric circles? Concentric circles are the circles which have same center. So, point O, that is O is the center of all the given circles. Okay, it have same center but different radius. You can see the circles are drawn from same point O but the radius are different. Okay, so only they have one common point. Okay, one common point, okay, that is one common center but the radius are different. Next, circle intersecting in the point. Now there are two types, one is internally touching circles and the other one is externally touching circles. So first let us see the internally touching circles. Now internally touching circles, okay, internally touching circles have two different centers. You can see point O is the center for smaller circle and point X is the center for bigger circle. But both the circles, they touch each other at one point. You can see the smaller circle and the bigger circle, they both intersect each other at one common point. So that is why they are called as internally touching circles, because both the circles meet each other at common point which is inside. That means no circle is outside. Both the circles are inside each other. So that is why they are called as internally touching circles. Next, let us see the externally touching circles. Externally touching circles, here also it is same, but the circles are outside each other. Now point X is the center of this circle and point Y is the center of small circle. Both the circles, they intersect each other at common point, okay, but they are outside. That is why they are called as externally touching circles. And the last one is intersecting circles. Intersecting circles are two circles, okay, which has two different centers, okay, and they have different radius and two common points. Here they have only one common point of intersection. Here they have two common points. You can see they intersect each other. Okay, so these are called as intersecting circles. Next, now let us see the theorem on page number 77. Children, kindly open your textbook to page 77. We'll learn the theorem. Okay. First theorem, you have to study this. A perpendicular drawn from the center of a circle on its chord bisects the chord. Now let us see the statement first. A perpendicular drawn from the center of a circle. Okay, so this is the center of the circle. Point O is the center of the circle, right? And a perpendicular is drawn from the center. So you can see OP is a perpendicular which is drawn from the center of a circle, okay, on its chord. So AB is the chord, okay. So a perpendicular is drawn from here to chord AB, bisects the chord. So that means bisects the chord means AP and PB both are equal. Okay, I have to prove that AP and PB are equal. So given and to prove. Now we shall begin with the proof. Construction. Draw segment OA and segment OB. So two triangles are formed. One is triangle OAP, another one is triangle OPB. Now in triangle OAP and in triangle OPB, angle OPA and angle OPB both are perpendicular, right? Because OP is perpendicular to chord AB, that is already given to us. Okay, so that means they are congruent. Next, OP is a common side. Sec OP is congruent to sec OP, which is a common side, and segment OA and segment OB both are the radius of the circle, right? Segment OA and segment OP are the radius of a circle, right? So those are also hypotenuse because it is a right angle triangle. So I write hypotenuse OA is congruent to hypotenuse OB, which is radius of the same circle. So the two triangles are congruent by hypotenuse side theorem. Okay, so I get the remaining third side, that is segment AP is congruent to segment PB. Next, the next theorem. The segment joining the center of a circle, okay, and the midpoint of its chord is perpendicular to the chord. So now what is given? Segment joining the center of the circle and the midpoint of its chord. So the segment joining, that means point O is the center of the circle and AB is the chord of the circle. Okay, P is the midpoint. What is given? Midpoint of its chord. So P is the midpoint of segment, that is of chord AB. So OP is drawn perpendicular to AB. That is, we have to prove OP is perpendicular to AB. So OP is perpendicular to AB. Now, since P is a midpoint, I can say that AP and PB are equal. So it is given AP and PB are equal, and I have to prove OP is perpendicular to chord AB. So now, draw this construction, join OA and OB. So you get two triangle OAP and OPB. So in triangle OAP and in triangle OPB, OA and OB are the radius of the circle, right? OP is a common side and AP is congruent to PB, that is given to us. So the two triangles are congruent by SSS test. Now I have to prove they are perpendicular. So since I have to prove they are perpendicular, I have to show them they are congruent. So I get angle OPA and angle OPB are congruent. That is corresponding angles of congruent triangle, equation 1. Now angle OPA and angle OPB, they form a linear pair. So sum of a linear pair is 180. So angle OPA plus angle OPB is equals to 180 angles in linear pair. Okay. Now, but OPA and OPB both are equal. So in place of OPA, I can write as OPB, or in place of OPB, I can write as OPA. Now here they have substituted OPA is congruent to OPB. So in place of OPA, they have substituted as OPB. So angle OPB plus angle OPB is equals to 180 degree. Therefore, 1 plus 1 is 2 angle OPB is 180. Therefore, angle OPB is equals to 180 upon 2, which is equals to 90. So, you got angle OPB is 90. So, that means OP is congruent to chord AB. Okay. So, with this, we have completed the theorem.